Let's talk about what's really going on right now in Formula One, because after Lando Norris finally, after all that waiting, snatched that world title away from Max Verstappen in 2025, it feels like we've entered a completely new phase. The on-track battle for points is done, but the real psychological war for next year has already started, and Max Verstappen is on the front foot. He's not just sitting back and licking his wounds, he's out there, in the media, openly picking apart McLaren's historic season, suggesting that maybe, just maybe, their greatest strength, that brilliant two-driver lineup of Norris and Piastri, could also be their biggest weakness moving forward. This isn't just a sore loser making noise. This is a calculated, deliberate strategy from a champion who knows that winning the mental game is half the battle for the next championship, especially with the colossal 2026 rule changes looming. So the question we're all asking is simple. Is Max Verstappen trying to do more than just analyze the competition? Is he actively, publicly trying to break McLaren's perfect title-winning confidence before they can even start building on it? To understand why Verstappen's comments are such a big deal, you have to look at what McLaren actually achieved. They didn't just win a title, they executed what many are calling a perfect season in the modern era. It wasn't a one-man show. It was a masterclass in team operation, where both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri were not just fast, but strategically brilliant, constantly taking points off each other's rivals and working in harmony. This two-pronged attack is something Red Bull, with its clear #1 driver in Verstappen, simply couldn't match over a full season. Verstappen was, as always, phenomenally quick, probably the outright fastest driver, but he was often fighting two McLarens alone. And in a sport where the Constructors' Championship brings in the big money and prestige, McLaren's approach was devastatingly effective. So when Verstappen now shifts the conversation to talk about internal dynamics and potential weaknesses, he's not attacking their speed or their car. He's targeting the very foundation of their success, their unity. He's planting a seed of doubt, asking the world, and more importantly, asking everyone inside McLaren, if that harmony can truly last when both drivers have now tasted a title and will want more. And this psychological game is happening against the most important backdrop possible: the 2026 regulatory overhaul. This isn't just another set of tweaks. This is a fundamental reset of the entire sport. New engines, new aerodynamics, the whole package. Teams are already deep in development, and the philosophies they choose now will define the next 5 years. This is where Verstappen's comments get really interesting, because they speak to two competing philosophies for tackling this new era. On one side, you have McLaren's model of collaborative strength, two top drivers pushing each other, feeding data back to the engineers, creating a broader, more robust development path. It's a philosophy built on internal harmony and shared purpose. On the other side, you have the Verstappen and Red Bull model, a relentless, aggressive focus, channeling everything through one dominant force. It's a lone gunman mentality that has proven utterly devastating when they have the right car. The feud we're seeing now is a preview of that clash. Verstappen is essentially arguing that when resources are stretched thin and tough decisions need to be made, a divided house, a team with two genuine title contenders, might crack under the pressure. He's trying to frame McLaren's greatest asset as a future liability, but let's not pretend this is all in Max's head. The people around him are reinforcing this narrative, and that's what gives it weight. Oliver Mintzlaff, Red Bull's managing director, has been publicly firing back at what he calls nonsense claims about Verstappen, fiercely protecting his star driver's position and mindset. This tells us that this isn't a rogue comment from Max, it's a coordinated stance from the Red Bull camp. They are presenting a unified, aggressive front. Meanwhile, from the Verstappen camp itself, there are whispers, little strategic leaks to the media, that they are hearing good things about Red Bull's 2026 engine development with Ford. That's another psychological move. It's not just about questioning the opponent. It's about boosting confidence in your own project, making sure the world knows that the champion and his team are coming back stronger. They're managing the story on all fronts, defending their own, attacking the rival's structure, and building hype for their future. It's a full-spectrum media campaign. Now, let's flip the perspective and look at it from McLaren's point of view. How do you defend against this? Their best defense is their recent past. They just won a championship with their model. The emotions in that team, as Charles Leclerc beautifully pointed out while praising Norris's title, are of a dream realized through perfect execution. That kind of success builds immense internal trust. For Oscar Piastri, playing the crucial supporting role in 2025, the challenge will be managing his own ambition. He's a race winner and a future champion in his own right. The key for McLaren will be continuing to channel that ambition positively, making sure both drivers feel the team can deliver for them equally. If they start to doubt that, if Verstappen's seeds of doubt about favoritism or future conflicts start to grow, that's when the model becomes vulnerable. McLaren's task for 2026 isn't just about building a fast car, it's about meticulously managing the psychology of two alpha drivers in a new era where they will both believe, rightfully, that they can be number one. This brings us to the broader implications for the 2026 development race itself. Other top teams are watching this duel and planning their own approaches. Ferrari's Fred Vasseur has already hinted that the 2026 race will be won by clever timing, knowing when to switch focus from the current car to the future one. This is a delicate balance, and a team with internal stability is better positioned to make that cold, calculated decision. Mercedes' Toto Wolff sees the new regulations adding a fascinating new dimension, one that could benefit a team that isn't rocked by internal politics. The consensus among the strategists is clear: 2026 rewards focus, clarity, and unity. Verstappen's verbal campaign is, in a way, an attempt to rob McLaren of that very clarity before the race has even begun. He's trying to introduce a fascinating new dimension of doubt into their headquarters. So, what's the likely outcome of all this? Let's break it down into potential scenarios. Scenario 1 is that McLaren's bond proves unbreakable. They use the external noise from Red Bull as a motivator, a them against us mentality that actually strengthens their resolve. Norris and Piastri continue their productive rivalry, and they enter 2026 with the most coherent, well-developed car on the grid. In this case, Verstappen's comments look like a misjudged frustration. Scenario 2 is the fracture. The pressure of defending a title, coupled with the natural tension between two elite drivers and the massive distraction of a clean sheet car design, causes small cracks. Maybe a few on-track incidents or public comments about strategy preferences. If that happens, Verstappen will be hailed as a prophet who saw the weakness everyone else missed. And scenario 3 is the Red Bull resurgence. They nail the 2026 regulations, Verstappen gets a rocket ship, and his lone wolf focus allows them to outdevelop everyone else. In this case, his comments become a statement of intent, a warning that the old order is ready to reassert itself. Number 1. For us as fans, this behind-the-scenes drama makes the 2025 offseason and the entire 2026 build-up utterly compelling. We're not just waiting for new cars to be unveiled, we're watching a live, high-stakes game of psychological chess between the sport's top talents and teams. Every interview, every social media post, every no comment from now on will be analyzed through this lens. Is Norris responding? Is Piastri looking happy? Is Red Bull's development on track? This narrative will fuel countless discussions and debates until the lights go out in 2026. In the end, the real answer to the question, did Verstappen break McLaren's perfect title season, is that he's trying to break their next one. The 2025 season is written in stone. Lando Norris is the champion. But seasons are won and lost in the minds of the people involved long before the first qualifying session. Max Verstappen, the ultimate competitor, knows this better than anyone. He's not just driving a car, he's playing the long game, attempting to shift the tectonic plates of confidence and focus that underpin every championship run. Whether it works or not will be one of the defining stories of the coming era. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the mind games of F1, make sure to like and subscribe for more, because this rivalry is only just getting started, and we'll be here to break down every move as we see what unfolds in the next race and beyond.